And good evening, I'm David Scott. The outcry against potential Austin school closings is heating up. Today, hundreds marched in support of Zilker Elementary, a high-performing school that is on the chopping block. Parents, students, and supporters met at the school this morning, marched to a parking lot at Lamar and Mary Street, and set up what they called a Power to the People headquarters. KXAN's Jacqueline Inglaze met with protesters today and has more. Jackie?
Supporters came armed with posters and megaphones. They hope by continuing to raise a loud voice about their concerns, they can sway AISD's final decision. Parents, students, and teachers hit the streets of South Austin Saturday. They protested the proposed closure of Zilker Elementary School.
I would never really want to go to school again if they close Zilker.
Save our schools! Save our schools!
Armed with megaphones and posters, ralliers voiced their disapproval to passing motorists. Zilker Elementary is one of 15 schools identified for possible closure by the school district's Facilities Master Plan Task Force. Austin ISD has massive money problems. These ralliers want state lawmakers to provide extra funding, but it doesn't look like that is in the budget.
Save our schools!
Enough's enough. Now's the time to invest in public education, and the proposed cuts that they have are just wrong.
They wrote postcards to Governor Perry calling for his help and attention. Ralliers also brought umbrellas for visual inspiration. They want lawmakers to dip into the state's rainy day fund to pay for schools.
School closures hurt too many children and hurt communities.
To save their exemplary rated school, some parents will stop at nothing.
We're not going to stand for it. We know if we have to protest every weekend, if we have to be out here every weekend or whatever we have to do, we're not going to stand for it.
Other school groups have similar events planned as the Facilities Task Force continues working on a final plan. Now, supporters of Oak Springs Elementary in Austin have a march and rally planned for Rosewood Park on Monday afternoon. They'll also be meeting with task force members. The final recommendation on closures is due in early March. Reporting live in the studio, Jacqueline Inglaze, KXAN, Austin News.
Well, as local schools face a funding crisis, many wonder why districts in a bind don't just dip into their reserve fund balances. But those emergency funds aren't always cash. Excuse me, they're usually a combination of assets and investments. For a school district, a healthy fund balance is like a good credit rating. It shows districts can manage their money. Now, that leads to better bond ratings and lower interest rates. So, when the money gets taken out, it has to be replaced. It also means that when times are tough, districts need to be more careful, not less.
We advise school districts to be more conservative about maintaining fund balance in times of uncertainty about future revenues.
Hood districts like Austin and Eanes that have to give money back to the state to support poor districts need larger fund balances to fall back on. Our coverage of AISD's school funding crisis continues online. We've collected all our stories on the topic on a special page, which also includes a nice timeline of just how the school district got into such a deep hole.